Hey, Somies, it's day 36. I had to laugh today. I feel like I had an insight while I was working on a project. Several days ago, I decided that the shower pressure in coming out of the shower head seemed like it had diminished quite a bit and was weak. And so I took the shower head off and I submersed it in a bowl of white vinegar and baking soda, which is really pretty cool. You ought to try it sometime if you want to see something really like build up and fizz out of the bowl. If you get the proportions right, it can be quite entertaining, but I digress. So I put the shower head in that and soaked it, and it removed the mineral content that was blocking the shower head, put it back on. I was like, oh, this is great. So then in my typical fashion, I thought, well, if I can fix it a little bit, I can fix it a lot. So a couple days ago, I took apart the thermostatic. I started doing some research and discovered that this particular shower assembly has a thermostatic valve, which mixes the hot and cold so that it always remains the same. And so I disassembled the entire valve assembly and took things apart and cleaned it. And so I put it back together, and it's like, this is all real simple for me. I mean, it just goes, it's reverse engineering. Just watch how it comes apart and put it back together in reverse order. The only problem was I ended up with this 1/8 of an inch gap of space that wasn't being taken up by anything when it was tightened down. And I must have taken that valve assembly apart and put back together in the wall probably 6 to 8 times before I figured it out. Partway through that, I felt my frustration building. And it's like, this is a total waste of time. And the voice of, I should have this figured out by now, and da 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 da. And then in a moment, there was a moment when I paused and I realized that, each time I was reassembling all the component parts, they were going together in less than half the time that it took me when I began. And those small steps became so familiar that I was doing them now as the process went on without even really needing to think about it. And I was thinking about how that applies to learning here in the material that I'm working on and working toward doing an assessment. And the reality is that it's small, sometimes it's small incremental steps, and it's just becoming familiar and comfortable and confident with when things are broken down into small component parts. And that with that familiarity comes confidence. It's kind of not rocket science. Somehow, a bunch of the time, I feel like I make things into rocket science, and they don't need to be. So breaking things down into individual parts, and yes, the water comes out better now. Talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.